Hello, welcome to Z Explains BG. I am Z. We're watching the semifinals of the Wednesday Night Jackpot, my local club runs. We got Eli on the bottom, David on the top. Eli beat me in round one, so he has earned the right to play David. Eli is clearing everything, it looks like, although there's a chance, you might want to keep a 4 prime there. Crack black a little more, get good spares on your 4. Eli's play is sort of safest long term to get rid of those outfield points, but that maybe he has the right idea, but it wouldn't have been obvious to me there. Kind of a big deal blocking black's 4s for another roll with the state of black's board, Yeah, I'd have to think about it. Anyways, so Eli rolled sort of an awkward 3-1, Burguy off the 4, which is I guess all he can do. David is like okay timing for this still. Like I think if this was a money game, he would still have a take, The cube is in the middle. Yeah. Maybe even still with the big stack on the ace, although there's only 2 more points to clear in front of the anchor, so I don't know. Black on roll. Okay, so he probably wants to leave the front anchor to give white some bad 2s. 3-2 plays okay, but 6-2, 5-2, 4-2 he would have forced a shot on. A big shot, single plus some combo stuff. So it's pretty reasonable to do what David did. And I like the way he's playing here. And then once again, he'd like to split off the 23 to give white bad 2s, but he can't do it. And now he might want to split with the ace. I mean, he loses out a little bit on a number like 6-2, but he gains on like 6-1, 5-1, 4-1, 3-1. He gets additional shots there. And he also loses out on 1-1, 2-2, but he would sort of gain on more numbers than he loses out on. So I think probably splitting with the ace was a little better there. I mean, that's an oversimplification, because it matters how much you gain on and how much you lose out on. But it's sort of something. It's something to note. How many numbers am I gaining on? How many numbers am I losing out on? It seems to me that tells most of the story most of the time. Anyways, he does miss his shot, which I think he would have hit with the 3-1. Yeah, had he played the. Had he played the 1 with a split, yeah, I think probably it was right. Like, okay, so one of the numbers you're paying to is 1-1, but that's like a pretty damn good number, anyways. So I don't know, you're not really paying full price to that. 2-2, you're paying big 2. But the other like 2s you aren't paying that big to. You still get a direct shot. You just lose out on maybe just 1 additional shot or something, and some I don't know, bullshit residual stuff. Anyways, looks like Eli won a gammon and then David cashed in the next game for 1 point. So we have 3-way 6 away. Eli and I had this score, and I doubled him early, and he correctly took. Well, early, I mean, it was a correct double, but it was something that you might not double for money or something. Yeah, I guess I'd be inclined to make the 1 here in absence of anything else that's great. I guess you could stack the 7 also for the better structure, but I don't know, tactically I think making the 1 is a lot going for it. Black is white's fairly flexible. He wants to escape, he wants to anchor, he wants to build. So making the 1 point makes it harder for him to do stuff, although 4-2 is sort of all purpose there. White on roll, okay. And then, yeah, I guess I would just make the 10 here. Seems like a pretty big upgrade with the 5 point mage. So this looks like a good play. Great roll by David. 6-1. Well, the only way not to leave a shot is to play 8-2. So I guess I do this. You get to keep all the assets this way too. Yeah, see, it both leaves a shot and gives up an asset, so I think maybe the other one. Even though it's kind of gross looking, and breaking the 10 is kind of pretty looking. Yes, I'd say I'm fairly confident this is wrong. Wouldn't say I'm 100% sure, though. Two, one, K. Yes, David 6-5 looked good there. 6-2 looks good. 6-1. Okay, now it plays sort of productively now that the midpoint's gone. And then I guess this is all David can do. Didn't look like it was a good run option, but that's 6-3. Or the 4-1 for that matter. Well, I mean, normally I would play 8-3, 6-2, but now David does sort of get to run with a lot of stuff. So making the ace point's a real play here, I think. Oh yeah, or this. Oh, this is a fair number of shots. It's 4 9s and 3 10s that hit. Although actually 5-5 kind of wins anyways. So and instead of 7 shots, it's counted as more like 6 shots. Let's see what he wants to do. I mean, this is 0 shots, builds a arguably better board. I don't think you double this at the score. Score reversed, you cube it. Okay, looks like he's keeping his anchor, which wouldn't be all that clear to me. Like 21-17, it strikes me as a real candidate. You're hitting the guy on the other side of the board, so you're gaining more in the race. And, you're leaving... Black can swing away with 1s and 2s, but you're leaving a bunch of shots this way also. So I don't know. And also if you hit, you can play it safer also. There's less tough play. Sort of like 3 or 4 different options there. Anyways, David does escape. Tries to get out of there, duplicating 4s nicely. So now we keep the anchor. Play 10-9 combined with either 7-4 or 10-6. I wouldn't leave both blots out there. This seems like an okay compromise, though. 4 shots instead of 2. But the build structures, the building power is better. Oh, the other one was okay too. Huh. All right, I would pull the trigger here, even though it's 3 away, 6 away, because I think it might be a pass already. Okay, let's see if David wants to try it. I mean, he's got to get missed, and then for David to win this, he has to get missed right away, and then win from here. He's up in the race quite a bit. So double pass. My gut says double pass is correct. The score is giving me a little bit of a pause, though. 3 away, 6 away. Seems like kind of a tough game, though. So I probably would have ended up passing like David did. Ooh, this doesn't play good anywhere. Hit twice. Or hit once. Or play 24-20 here and hit none. I don't know. I mean, at the score, you just play a little conservatively. So it's a little bit of an argument for 24-20 after safetying with the 5. It actually duplicates 3s also. I might have actually ended up doing that. As passive as it is. Right, because you're 2 away, your opponent's 6 away. You benefit less from upping the gammons. Oh, this is a pretty powerful cube. So the double pass are too good, I think. Wow, possibly. It's such a huge pass. Think about playing on here. At this 6 away, 2 away score. Am I gonna take? I don't think Eli's. Eli played extremely well against me, so I think he's improving. Maybe pretty quickly. So I wouldn't have any hopes that Eli would take that. All right, so money I slot here because of the 4 duplication. The score, maybe there's a little bit more argument for splitting, but I would probably still end up doing this. Like it's close on the opening roll, whether to split or slot, close enough. So the 4 duplication will swing it, because now 4's hit on white side of the board, but 4's also build well on black side of the board. So that swings the play for money. at the score, maybe you want to play a little conservatively and split, but yeah, I'm not sure. I would have played like Eli did though. Okay, 4-2. What about 24 to 20, 13 to 11? He gets attacked a lot. But no play is good though, and it tries to do something. It's because he's worried about giving up his anchor at the score. But actually, Black should maybe double any play here. So I would do this and take the cube. Although actually the take might be a little questionable after this play. After any play though, the take's a little questionable. Because you're doubling it for money. Like it seems like a pretty reasonable cube for money. And 5 away, 2 away. You got to be really conservative about taking with his gammas floating around. But he goes double take. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I'm the only thing I'm like super sure about is the double there. Not sure about the checker play. I'm not sure about the take. But anyways, okay. So he gets a good. He takes, gets a good. David makes a good point, and then I really want to play 24 to 23 here. I agree. 8 to 7 is an upgrade here probably because it makes a more contiguous position. Well, my thinking is making he's actually split there. I thought he had 2 more. I'm not sure what was happening there. I really don't like leaving him split in the backfield and getting blitz some. Well, he played 3 to 2. Yeah, no, this is a pretty big error, I think. Like I don't think it's second best even. Like I wouldn't quibble too much with 8 to 7 squared. 6 to 5 squared, 8 to 7 squared, but I think the best is 24 to 23 squared, 6 to 5 squared. Just get gammon less, make a decent position. You have a 8 point and not your 7 point, which is maybe no big deal here. But yeah, I really don't like leaving them split, getting attacked some, getting gammon more, and then downgrading your position on the home front. But anyways, David has this tough 6-4. So 13 to 7, 13 to 9's a play. 13 to 3's a play. I don't think I would go blitzing, although 8 to 2, 13 to 9 probably does win the most gammons. But it seems like kind of a cheesy blitz with a 5 point open, and you're giving up your nice structure to do it. And then there's like a run play, 21 to 11 or something. It's up in the race. Maybe this is the way to go. I don't know. This is tough. This would be a tough play for me. Let's see what he looks like. Looks like David might be going with this one. Sub 6-4 is sort of duplicated. Like you want to hit and you want to cover with it. It's something. Okay, now I think I would go for it. Now that I can hit twice, I think I'd go for it here. 8 to 2 to 1. Like okay, so this wins more probably, right? But it's not trivial to bring this home by any means. So you can argue hitting twice wins more. I mean, it doesn't, but it's like you can sort of make a case for it. But it definitely wins the most gammons to hit twice there. So yeah, I would have went for it there, despite the fact that I gotta give up the nice structure. Okay, looks like I got hit on the 11. David with a nice experience. Okay, so he's going to go for it here. It's not going to work. 3-6 now. Okay. Yeah, I would have probably played 13 to 7 there, but David's play does a lot too. Something's wrong here. What's that 1-1? Oh no, I guess he played it okay. I thought there might be something like hit twice play, but there's not. 5-3. Yeah, what can you do? You got to keep all your structure. So I guess you just clear the midpoint here, right? I mean, second best might be 13 to 8, 7 to 4, but the builders are in better places here. All right, 1-1, pretty good. And then, yeah, 13 to 12 is the next one, I believe. And then you can decide on 24 to 23, but yeah, the 12 to 11 is better. Going to get attack less. Got more. You have actually more numbers to come up to the 20 point this way. All right, I can't stomach anything other than 6 to 4 here. No, I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up my nice structure. That's like most of what White has going for him. Okay, but he gets punished for the right play. Oh, David could win a gammon here. Okay, decides to jump instead of attack. I think that's reasonable. Because he could have to hit loose if he attacked. 6-1. Yeah, might actually go for the double hit here also. Like, okay, so White could roll a 1 and have like an okay defensive posture. I mean, this is, David's playing sort of best for the win, but I mean, I think I want to try for the gammon here. Go up 6 to 5. This does not hit. Okay, I would keep the anchor also. It gets to attack anyways. What a shot this is. All right, David actually, I wonder if David's a favorite in the match now because he's probably going to win a gammon here. Okay, this looks good. Keeping even on the... See, there's 6-6-5-5 leave blots here, so... I think that's reason enough to play 4 to 2. All right, now Eli's probably saving this thing. Although David should play 4. It's close enough. David should play for it. And 6-6-5-5 here also. There's another play 7 to 6, and then bear the guy off to 3 for 0 blot numbers. No, I'll say David's play was wrong, but I wonder if he considered it and dismissed it. Okay, I would play 14 to 7 here. No, I don't think you're supposed to do this. I think you're supposed to harass Black a little more. Like you can play in the outfield without wasting any pips. Like not only might you get a shot, but you're also going to slow Black down a little bit. Okay. Ooh, no, yeah, this and this. This looks good. Big 6 or 5. Not like that. That was probably a little wrong. I'm not sure, but it seems weird to give yourself the 1 there and not the 2. Yeah, I'd have to look at it. He's playing a little too fast, maybe. All right, so 1-away, 2-away crawfish. Well, at gammon go, I guess you shouldn't make the anchor here. You should make the 5 and the 3 points. I mean, Eli's play is pretty good for money, I think. But gammon's only going one way and gammon's being super valuable. I think there is a chance for a good score-based play there. We just concentrate on the offense. And actually, if you make the 21, I'm not sure between making the 5 and making the 3. Keeping the 8 point, Yeah, you can actually slot here. I think slotting's a little better. This distribution is like really bad, After slotting, it's risky, but the distribution is like really, really good. Like not only do you have your 4 points slotted, but you have your 8 points slotted also. That's pretty good. And again, our score sort of argues for playing like that, right? Because it both wins and loses more gammons. So even if it's wrong for money, which I don't think it is, it still might be right at the score. All right, so Davis trying to get out of there. He's going to get attacked if he splits, and he can't put his board together if he splits with the ace. So, yeah, I guess. I mean, maybe keep your anchor another roll and hope for a better split next turn. While you have the stronger board, which he does not get. Although, I don't know, because of the 4 duplication, he could actually build his ace point there. Play 8 to 1, and then, okay, 4 1 4 2 are among the hitting numbers, but those make the 4 points. So it's not the full complement of 4s that hit there. It might have been worth a look, anyways. But Eli's trouble filling in this point. Okay, but he does upgrade 9 to 8. And then, yeah, this looks okay, but I really want that extra builder for the 4, you know? So despite the 2 shots, I would do this. This does get, like, I don't know, 9 to 3 does get good builders for the 2, and it's safe, so it's just possible. But I'm sure I would end up doing this. For 2 shots, you get this important builder. This gets a 5-point board, it's a little problematic. All right, I might end up slotting here also. Actually, if it slots, 3-3 doesn't, no, 3-3 does hit effectively. But Black's board has deteriorated quite a bit. Yeah, I might have slotted there also. Might close him out if he hits you. Win a gammon that way. But anyways, Eli does get the 5-point board. He's really hoping for a gammon. No, that's not looking too likely. It's looking more likely he's going to lose now. Nope. Oh, that's a good shot. Bear a guy off and make a 5-point board. That's sweet. 3-2. This is a bit much, maybe. If you take one guy, maybe take one guy off and you're left with an even number of checkers. Yeah, I would end up doing this, or maybe bear the 2 off and play 4 to 1. I think I would have ended up playing like Eli, exactly like Eli did, though. Good. Okay, can David save this? He cannot this turn. Okay, all legal plays are equal here, because 4-4 will bear off next turn no matter what. And no gammon. Very close, very close. All right, double match was exciting. 4-3. Let's see how Eli wants to play this. I do this for money. At the double match point, I think I usually do this. This is standard, I think. Okay, let's see if he makes his 3-point this time. Might make his 10, although this is better with 5 checkers on the 6 and only 4 on the mid. And black up on the bar. Okay, this looks fine. I could make his, I was thinking about making his 9. Yeah, I don't know about this. I think I want the 5-point here, especially because the 3 points made. And okay, black's hitting with all or most of his 5s, but I don't know, 5-1 is like, it's not that good. Okay, here he might not actually hit. Is he just going to run from the back, maybe? Because the 6 doesn't play good after hitting. And you're giving up your anchor against the 3-point board. You know, you're outboarded 3 to 1. So I don't know, but let's see, if you do hit, I guess you do this. But it's almost all 3s and 4s back with the stronger board. Meanwhile, I just want to have this productive play where you can run from the back. Or maybe play 13 to 8 with the 5, but I would probably end up doing this. Down in the race, though, you know. Yeah, 13 to 2. It's also possible. Okay, so it goes with the hit. Yeah, maybe. Gets away with it. I guess it maybe makes sense at the score where you can't be gammoned. It's a tough play, though. So maybe David had the right idea there. All right, so this does a lot of good stuff. I mean, it doesn't hit, but it's probably better than some hits. I mean, this is perfect. Okay, how is Eli going to play this one? Maybe hit 13 to 8 and then make the 16. Is that the right idea? Looks like Eli's doing that. Another play is just make the 11. There's some chance in my mind just making the 11 is correct. You know, you're leaving a shot either way. If you get missed, you might actually. Well, it depends if he dances. If he misses if he misses and enters, say, you actually maybe want to have made the 11 point instead. Yeah, that might have been right, actually. Up in the race so much. This is the 6-6 game. Maybe we can take a quick look at that. Well, I'll stream the finals also, but kind of most curious about some of these decisions. There's like the 5-5 there. Okay, so David with the 4-2. Boy, it does not play well. I mean, this looks kind of natural. There's some 4 duplication. Okay, does it. He gets away with it. He gets a nice, decent 5-1. 3-1 now. He's having a tough time here. But 8-5, 13-12 looks okay. Still some 3 duplication, right? 3's hit in White's inner board and 3's hit in the outfield. Okay, he's getting smacked. I believe. Good. 1-5. I guess I would pop out so as not to leave another blot flapping around. I mean, no play looks good, really. Okay, but he does sort of get away with it. Making the 13 looks okay, at least. Yeah, there's all sorts of plays. I mean, this makes the midpoint and keeps the 23 point, both of which seem pretty good. Okay, David with the 4-3. So yeah, it's hitting with the 4, and then yeah, I guess I would try to get this guy out of there. Up in the race now a little bit. Okay, he's gonna go after me. There's no real other play. Good dance, quarter of the time, 25%. Does not get that 25%. David gets out of there, which looks good. Okay, Eli enters and keeps the blot there, hoping to make this 2-4 game. Not that he has timing to play a back game, but if he can make it the second anchor, he's still going to cause Black all these problems as Black comes around. So I think that is the plan. And you can maybe play 13-8 here. You're down 20 pips already. Getting hit, maybe you do get timing for a back game. And then you keep your home board in better shape no matter what happens. Oh, what do you do here? Do you play 21-14 and hope to win that way? I mean, again, he doesn't really have timing to play a real back game. 22 hitting looks. Oh no, I'm sorry, he can't hit. I thought he could hit 21-14, but no, it's just all blocked. So I would keep both anchors in some fashion, I guess. He's only down 19 pips. I might end up playing like 13-6 or something. Then if I get hit, I might get better timing for this game. If I get missed again, I sort of have the best home front. This is going to cause Black lots of problems too, which is the home front is in much worse shape. Okay. This looks reasonable, and then 13-11. Okay, no, he's giving up his rear anchor. Huh. Yeah, I would play 13 to 11, 3 to 1, and then probably 6 to 4. 13 to 11 squared. Keep both anchors, you know. Put the board together a little more than this. I think that maybe causes black, and you keep your 11 point, and so you're putting pressure on that black point in white's outfield. So yeah, this or 6 to 4 with the last 6 to 4 with the last one seems a little better, easier to put together a 5-point board, and a higher quality 5-point board. Okay, keeps that outfield point, leaves no shots. Again, you could maybe leave a shot in the outfield there, and claim that getting hits like not that bad. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'd play 5 to 4. Should be easiest to put together a 5-point board. Okay. Ooh. I wonder if it's 15 to 9 squared here, actually. Or 15 to 12, 9 to 6 squared. I'm just thinking, like, what plays, like, give you the least amount of problems coming home. Like, here you have both the 8 and 9 points to clear, which is a little tough. Here's it's just the 9 and the further back point. So if you play like 15 to 9 squared, you only have the 9 point and the 11 point to clear. And the 11 point's not that hard to clear. So maybe this is more problems. The white does have to probably give up his front anchor. Maybe right away here. Because the board is just too destructive. So 21 to 11 looks correct. So maybe that's what David was thinking about. And maybe he has a point. Like white has to give something up and then black has the attackers now. Although it did not work. Ooh. If he could play 15 to 11, 15 to 12, but that's like a million fly shots. Okay, so he does this pretty reasonably. Okay. Okay, so the 6 is force, and then I guess you're stuck hitting. Game's about 50-50 now, probably. Yeah, if you recognize the 6 as force, then play sort of becomes easier. Easier to evaluate anyways. I mean, it's possible there's some other 5 that's better than hitting, but if you see the 6 as force, you only have the 5 to think about, you know. Okay, gets away with it. 6 to 4 might be a slightly better deuce there to come in with the 6-point strip later. Although Davis play gets a little closer to home with that outfield checker, so it's not bad. Okay, 1-6, all 4. 1-6 is a blot number here. Okay, yeah, okay. White puts his board together. Do not leave a shot against this awesome board. Good. Okay, board is now busted. Busted like a tin roof. Now that's rusted. This looks a little off to me. I would leave the blood on the 6 points. Should play a little cleaner down the line. Nothing. I don't think it could handle a 4-3 though. After my play, it could handle like a 5-1, 5-2, or whatever. Okay, this looks okay. Gets 12s to cover, or 6 and 6. Ooh, how does David want to play this one? I don't think you hit here. I think you want white playing. So probably this is safest. Yeah, I think this is safest. I don't know. What's the best chance? Racing looks pretty hopeless, so I guess that was only 6-5. Both plays lose, you know. It's almost resignable. This looked like his best chance though, because he gets to. It's only 6-5 on the first roll, but often he gets to stay back the second time. All right, that was a little tricky there. Looked like the guys played it reasonably, although I did disagree with some of the stuff. We can maybe take a quick look, and we can maybe take a quick look at some of these decisions. while we wait for the finals to start. The finals, let's see, David Cornwis is in the finals against either Brad or Dougie. Well, maybe we can take a look at that match too. Let's go to XG mode. And then let's put Eli on the bottom as we were watching. And then the final game, what was that? Final game seemed tough. Oh yeah, they're like the 6-5 here. Well, it looks like my XG is stuck. Yeah, I gotta kill this thing. Okay. Let us try that again, shall we? Let's go to downloads. Decor in Cypress. Analyze. Swap board. 6-6 game. Okay, so yeah, the guys played okay. 7-4. Right. Okay. So double match points. Oh, actually, bringing two guys down to double match points. Okay. It's all very close. Even this is quite close. Huh? A double match point. Interesting. Yeah, maybe this might be a good play to throw as a curveball against someone. But actually might work well against a weaker player who doesn't know they should hit twice with a number like 4-1 or a 3-3-2 or something. Like the white's supposed to hit twice with 3-2 here. Maybe some players don't. Well, most people know that, but if you're playing like an intermediate level player, you might get them to botch that. Okay, enter hit. Davis plays standard. Second best 8-4, 6-5. That's cute. 3-3. I make the 3 good. Make the 5 good. And then so David's so the computer does like hitting with this 6-5. Although 24-13 is not crazy. Although it does think playing 21-16, 16-10 is better. I see. So it got 6s back here and nothing else in the outfield. I can buy it versus this. Yeah, the race is so close. So maybe part of the reason you want to stay back is you might want to make that point. Especially if you get hit with 6. Especially if you get hit with the 6. 6-4. Okay, comes in. Plays 13-7, but he should pop out. 1-1 does a lot. Oh, the 5-5. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So 20-11 isn't crazy, but it is better. It is better to hit here. Yeah. I was thinking you do this and then you get missed and then you get to put together a really nice structure, which is true. But you're leaving white alone at a time when you have the stronger board. Especially if you get hit, maybe you want your 16 point. So the computer does like Eli's play there. And then David with the 5-2. Okay, comes in and comes out giving Black X to return. Oh yeah, 13-8. You do actually want to be on the 18 and not the 23 here. But the issue is that 13-8 is quite productive, right? Because you have 5 guys here and only 2 guys here. So 13-8 is sort of productive at less risk. So that the computer's play does make sense to me here. Like for instance, like I think David's play might be right here, because the 13-8 is not quite as productive. It's still a little productive, but so is 23 to 18. That's what I mean when I say you'd rather be on the 18 than the 23. Okay, so it gets hits, dances. Oh, okay, yeah, 6 to 4 looked good to me offhand. Apparently 13 to 11 is okay. It's a little safer, I think. More upside on this one, like on the dances. Nice roll by David. 13 to 12, 8 to 5, that looks fine. Oh, there's another play here where you make the 12. I didn't really see that. But you don't get the safety of the guy at the 8 point. Okay, nice shot. Why is bar 21 like okay here? Why would you hit somewhere? I don't get it. Oh, it's just because hitting is like too many. It's too many return shots, I guess. I mean, it's still like right. It's still right or close, but I don't really see 24 to 21 being a real play, you know. But it is because this is a million shots. Oh yeah, oh this was a toughie. Okay, yeah, it looks like Eli found a decent play, 24 to 13, leaving a double shot at the outfield, making this structure. So what does the computer want to do? Oh, the computer does this. It's a triple shot in the outfield, right? There's 4s, 1s, and 6s that hit, but the computer definitely prefers having this anchor. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I would have found this. I did see it as a candidate. It comes in and hits. 4-2. Okay, 15 to 9 looks okay. Oh, yeah, so you played 13 to 9, 5 to 3, misplacing this checker, but playing safely. I see. So that's close. So this play is close with what the computer wants to do, leaving a shot. Or this guy leaving a double shot, but duplicating 4s and 2s. Yeah, strong. Yeah, so this play looks a little crazy, but it's strong, very strong 4 and 2 duplication. Okay. Oh, it does like that play. Interesting. I would have played. I would have played 23 to 21, 13 to 8 here, which apparently is a pretty big blunder. Double match points. I guess it's just. I guess it doesn't. I guess you just don't have enough timing to play like a real back game here, so the 2 anchors like don't matter that much. So the computer wants to do this thing, play mostly a 4-point holding game, but then you have additional. You might get additional stuff back there. Eli did this, which is better than my play, keeping both anchors and not leaving shots in the outfield. Yeah, I don't know. 5-2. Yeah, I didn't like this either. I probably would have played 13 to 6 though, which is bad. Right play apparently is this again. Yeah, it's just that the second anchor just isn't that valuable here due to the timing. Okay, here it does keep the second anchor because there's no great play that spreads things out, I guess. And yeah, so after you play 13 to 11, 3 to 1, and then one more, and then 6 to 4. So it's easiest to put together a 5-point board here, and it's going to be like a really good 5-point board, as opposed to Eli's play, which is a little harder to put together a 5-point board, and it's a worse quality 5-point board. Although the immediate boards may be arguably a little stronger. There's another play that gives up to 23 though. Okay. Okay, here it wants to give up the anchor as opposed to destroying the board. Okay, it defines the run play. What about Davis 3-3? Yeah, so 15, this is what I was thinking. It seems like might not be that hard to bring this home. What does the computer do? Oh, the computer does this thing. Building the outfield points, which as we saw turned out to be a little bit of an asset, like after David's play. So the computer does this, which it's not, I mean, black is going to hit with it if he can, but there's two blocks in his board, so that's why I think XG makes more progress in the outfield than what David did. Oh, it does leave the million fly shots here. Okay, so some 7s, some 8s, some 9s, and some 10s hit. Although a lot of that stuff is blocked. I would have probably played it like David did. And here, okay, Eli builds the board. Bad outfield control. So the computer wants to do this, build a board. Good outfield control, but leave shots everywhere. It's possible this is wrong. Probably not, but I don't know if the computer understands that white is white's going to be playing super safely here due to the match score. Like when it does its look ahead, it uses like cubeless money plays for like look ahead, and that's going to be very different than the plays here with gammas not counting. But yeah, it looks like the rollout agrees with the spread out play. Yeah, I don't know if I would have found this. Anyways, David correctly plays the 5-4. Yeah, you can play 6-4, 5-5. I might have ended up doing this, but it leaves the backman a little far from home. So Davis' play looks pretty good. Okay, keeps the 8 points. Good. Something slightly better here, probably. And then nice play with the 2-1 here. This isn't too bad. Yeah, it all wins, I guess. Okie dokie. Yeah, this is pretty tough last game. Yeah, pretty tough take. Okay, so he could take if he makes the right play of 24-20, 13-11, but it's still going to be no bargain. Interesting. All right, anyways, let's see what's going on with the tournaments. All right, Dougie is on the bottom. Brad's on the top. Actually, let's put Brad on the bottom and Dougie on the top. So Brad is up 6-2, just trying to bring this one home. She's likely going to be able to do. Well, this is pretty bad. Dougie wants to dance or a 3, I guess. Probably a 3. Only 11 pretty strong shots. Okay, comes in high, stays there. He can play 6-2 here instead, though. And then Brad rolls a tremendous 5-4. Yeah, nothing Dougie could do there. Except enter better, you know. All right, so we'll watch Brad and David in the 9 points finals. One thing we can maybe take a quick look at the daily puzzle real quick. Oh, okay. So match score is sort of relevant here, down 0-5 and a 13. So, well, it might be a take for money, pass it, score type of thing. It's at least a double. I mean, you hit dance is going to be too good. There's just a lot of good hit numbers, you know. like you got all fives, plus nines, plus 6-4, plus double ones, plus double twos, double threes. So double threes is a 9, but black's obviously winning by quite a bit. So it's either, I think it's either double pass or double take. And given it's 05, maybe it's double pass, you know. You know, take unhappy take for money, maybe. Pass it, score. I guess I would cube this for money. No, it's a take apparently. Double take. Even at the score, it's double take. So I guess it's not. I guess it's not. I guess it's not such a clear cube for money then. Does XG agree with GNU? Probably. Yeah, pretty big take. So for money, it's only like it's still a fairly strong cube for money. I guess maybe I was overvaluing the score or something. But I also thought the take wasn't this huge for money. So I sort of adjusted wrong, you know. When I adjusted a little wrong, and two, I misevaluated the position. Or maybe it was mostly just a misevaluation. Like I think I thought the cube for money was a lot stronger. So that's what's going on there. Like I guess if you know it's a take by 0.3 plus for money, the match score is not going to be such a huge deal, I think, because it's such a huge money take. So yeah, I guess that's what's going on. I mean, certain match scores you can pass, you know. But 05 is not extreme enough. Okie dokie. Okay, so let's put David on the bottom, Brad on the top. This is a 9-point match. David is fighting. I think we have a little playoff situation going on, I think. Although I think David might be out of it, actually. Brad's definitely in the playoffs. Can't remember exactly where David is, but I think maybe can't make it. All right, let's root for David though, because he's had a tough year. Okay, this is going to be double pass or too good. So so Brad could have doubled before the roll maybe. Because he was up in the race and had some threats in the better position. I wonder if he thought about it and dismissed it. Looks like a pretty decent cube though. All right, guess a 1-point board I tend to hit here. Two-point board, like if black had his 4-point mate, that might be reason enough to make the 20. In fact, that is what I would do. Anyways, 4-2. Okay, so you can make the 4-point if you want. But okay, this is safer. Still some 4 duplications. This is okay. 6-2. I assume he's just making the anchor. Good. 5-5. Okay, yeah, they would do this with 2 of them, and then I guess I would make the 4-point and hope for a dance. But obviously this has its merits also. You can cube a dance, you know. Swapping the dances seems pretty important. All right, I would hit again, even though it's ugly. I would switch to the 2-point, and then I don't know about the last one. This list looks okay though. Again, you're cubing the dance here. I don't think you or play on, but yeah, I don't know. Just double pass, I guess. It's kind of a long way to go to get the close out here. And maybe it could, I guess it could be a take, but I don't want to take with the exposed blots in the outfield, you know. It's not too good because I'm thinking about taking. Good. It's a standard. Okay, good, good, good. Oh, hey, Eli, good to see ya. Yeah, the last game seemed like a tough, seemed pretty complicated for like a double match point game. Seemed like there was a lot of tough decisions there. You played like exceptionally well against me. I think, yeah, according to XG, you outplayed me by maybe like a good 1 PR or something. There's nothing I did though. I feel like I played okay. There's nothing I did that I was like, oh, how could I do that stupid thing? Everything, all my errors were like kind of reasonable, I thought, you know. Okay, so the last ace doesn't look right. Don't you want to get the 3 guys off the ace point going? So this looks pretty good. Oh, good shot by Brad if he sees the run play. I think that's the priority, getting the back man out and playing safe. This doesn't do as much, I think. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, that was a pass in the 3-away, 2-away game, which I was happy to see. I was happy to see it wasn't like some huge take or huge pass. Yeah, there was 1 cube I missed, I think, against you. One or 2 cubes. Could have put the pressure on, but I just didn't think about it at the right time, I think. You always want to, like, if you have cube access, I still screw this up. Like, if you have cube access, every single roll you want to, like, expend, like, a little bit of mental energy to think, okay, could I have a cube here? So you don't forget about it. But I still mess that up sometimes. Okay, so 5-3. I mean, possibly it's going to go double pass no matter what. But yeah, I would stay back because I'm down in the race so much. I don't think this provides much stress to black because he can just play behind the anchor pretty easily if he rolls badly. Like, I don't know if I want to take if I stay back, but I think I want to pass all the other plays. So, yeah, I would do this or maybe slot the 2 and then think about whether I want to take the cube here. Down 21 pips. Fair amount of contact, though, including the 0.6 away from the 20 points. So I don't know, but I don't think taking would be crazy here. The backman's a little bit of an asset, maybe. So maybe this is double take. Yeah, right. Always checking on it. And sometimes the upcoming cube, like, informs the checker decision that you have to make. Like, we had a position during our match where I made the best cubeless play, but because there's this upcoming cube, I should make a more, like, conservative play than what I did. And then I became, like, too good. Okay, so I went double take and then pointing number. And then, I probably would have taken that too, guessing that the backman is a little bit of an asset. It is 8 away, though. 8 away, so he should be a little conservative at the score, maybe. You don't want to get gammon and lose 4, and then the other guy gets to a nice 4-away score. So I'm not too sure about the take. I probably would have taken, though, like Brad did. This is at least okay. Might be okay to like leave it on the 15.2 because there's not a lot of good hits there. Okay. Ooh, getting a little awkward. So this is a take now, with all the stripped points to clear and the messed up front position, the gray-white front position. And is this okay? This is okay. Okay, I would play this also. This is a shot, so you clear. I think you clear the back point here. Oh, if you play 11 to 6, 11 to 10, 4-1 is blocked, so it's only 13 shots. And it's easiest to bring home when missed, so this is correct. Like, this is the same number of shots, and it's harder to bring home. This is even more shots. Oh, but you get your 5. The board doesn't matter that much, I think. You're just kind of dead if you get hits. This is the right play. And then David is, he's going to argue David's close to a favorite, but yeah, I don't necessarily think he's a favorite, so good no double. Well, he does win more. He does actually win more gammas than black does, so. Well, you have cube access, so I think you don't give him the 1-6. You do get to play on here, I think. Black, I guess, could get back in the game if white gets stuck or something, but it's pretty remote. And there's enough gammas here to play on for a roll, I think. Not that there's a ton of gammas, it's just the risk is so slight. So this looks perfect. Now I got 6-6 as a blot number, but yeah, enough gammas to play on again. 6 okay at least, probably correct. Keep the builder spread out. Because you to keep the builder spread out, you want to fill in the 1 point and leave very few blot numbers. Okay, I would still play on here though. There is some real risk here. Just black's board is really bad. So you get hit and you might get to use the cube. I don't know about right away though. Okay, but anyways, looks like it's going to be a single game win. Actually, let me try to pull up that position I was talking about. Good, yeah, we're still on the tournament. Good. Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking for a position in XG. Okay. Yeah, it was this guy. So I think most people are doing what I did, make the 4 point. And if I had doubled, that would be the right play. But because I could just make the 10 point, take on no risk pretty much, and just usually double next turn. Usually get a pretty strong double next turn. That's what the computer wants to do, even though making the 4 point is best cubeless. So if I'm like thinking about the cube, I think I can find this play for the right reasons. Game 1, yeah. Right. Yeah, and then later on, it's sort of a similar thing. Similar type of reasoning, anyways. But yeah, this is actually a blunder here. The 4-3, the natural play of pointing on white is a blunder, but it's right cubeless by 0.05 or something. It's because of this upcoming cube that you want to make sure you get in, so you don't give any you don't give white anything to shoot at. Like here, I don't get to cube if I get hit, right? Here, I almost always get to cube unless you roll like a big 5. So that's like good enough. Even if you have a take, it's still like a good thing. And then yeah, later with the 6-1, which the computer didn't quite like, but I had sort of the right reasoning. Correct cubeless by a huge margin, by like 0.2 or something, is 13-6. My play is wrong by 0.2. which maybe you can kind of see because this what are you doing here, right? But because I have like cube access, it's like I want to make sure not to give white a chance to get back in the game. I want to be able to use the cube if things start going badly, in other words. So that's why I make like this ridiculous play of 7 to 6, 7 to 1, just so I can keep getting value from the cube later for when you enter. Yeah, so it's a huge difference. Like look how different this is. Let me save this for a second. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, desktop. Like if I had already doubled, I mean, look how bad 7 to 6, 7 to 1 is. But it's like right or almost right with the cube in the middle. Because I was thinking about the cube correctly. Right. Anyways, let's go back to the match. So it looks like David is cruising here. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's crazy if the other guy owns the cube, you know. But just because I wanted to keep the cube in play. Anyways, looks like Brad got a lucky hit. Let's see. David has 7 off, so Brad's going to be a favorite if he closes out David, which he did, but not a huge favorite. It's probably like 40 or 41%, 40 to 42%, I think. Can't quite remember. Okay, you see, yeah, you need to keep things sort of like, don't worry about 6-6 in positions like this where you should be more worried about the raise. So Brad played that okay. Oh, great shot by Brad. Okay, so there's a difference of 4 now between the okay, so this is a take. The double's a little bit of a question, I think. For money, this is still a take. Oh, I see. No, Brad's down in the match. So no, actually, no. The take pass is the question. Yeah, the take pass is the question because of the match score. I was thinking the score was reversed, but no. This is good. This is good cube handling by Brad. Yeah, it would take for money. I think it's kind of a solid take for money. So I think you can justify taking at the score. Problem is you take and lose, which will probably happen if you take. Brad gets this comfortable 4-away score. So that kind of makes me want to pass it. Like without actually doing the math, which I don't know if I do the math over a real board or anything. There's a lot hinges on like the recubes, on like the power of the recube and stuff. When you take a 4 cube. Okay, so so David did pass. Which I think is correct at the score. No, it's a take still. It's still a take at the score. So it must be a pretty big money take. Yes, Bear. This is a close double big take at the score. Gotcha. Yeah. That's why I sort of was thinking about that. Like as soon as you enter, even though like I really screwed up my front position, I was thinking, you might take, but you're probably still passing. And if it's close, like it doesn't matter, you know. So like even if you have like a close take when you enter, I'm still okay playing on there. Because so I'd rather you have a pass, but if it's just a close take, it only matters a little bit. So I knew you might have a tough decision after coming in, so I was like, I'm fine playing on here. After like the 6-1 dance, for instance. The recube for David is pretty huge. So he only needs 6. So he has to be holding a 4 cube. And it would be 6 away, 8 away from David's point of view, right? So there's some overage for David, and there's no overage for Brad. So it'd be pretty. So Brad's take point is pretty low there. There, I probably would do the math over the board. So it's good in the sense that he gets to like play it out for the match sometimes. But I think it's a little hard for David to get in a good recube to 8 there. Anyway, so David is up. Okay, so David gets a point there. Right. Well, I was when I was first looking at the cube, I was confused. I thought maybe the score was reversed. Okay, so this is for money. This is double take, but the double's very close. So actually, you could probably justify waiting at the score when you're five away, 6 away. But yeah, cube's not bad though. Could be correct, but I think it's slightly wrong. Ooh, okay. Maybe this is the same thing to do. All right, I would not be able to resist hitting either. Although certainly making the anchor is not bad. I could have considered making the anchor and playing 13 to 10. Gets the stronger board. Actually, I would have taken a good look at that one. Yeah, I mean, White gets to resume the blitz if he wants. He's got to leave a shot no matter what, so maybe he should try it. Doesn't play that well as a blitz though. You're kind of leaving shots everywhere. So let's see what David. Okay, David does eventually go with the blitz. There's 5s, 2s, 6s, and 4s back. You know. Ugh, 1-6, gross. I don't know. Do you want to cube that? I might cube this. 6s, 2s, and 1s hit somewhere, and you're down in the match. White's position is just so bad, you know. He's got 4 men back in a very impure front position. Usually that's the kiss of death. So there might have been an opportunity in there to send over a pressure 4 cube, you know. And I think black should be doubling this. Unless it's too good, which I think it's pretty. This is like a pretty big pass now. So it might be too good. It's such a horrible position for White because he has 4 men back with his impure front position. Possibly he's going to have 5 men back. So this is a massive pass. Okay, so he plays on. Oh, okay. Maybe this is just double pass now? No? Yeah, I don't know what's going on here with the cube. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, he's not good enough now, maybe. Yeah, it looked like there was at least one missed, maybe 2 missed opportunities in there for Brad. All right, so yeah, 13 to 9, 6 to 3 looks like a plan. Got a stronger board. Got your ace and deuce point made, so attacking seems like sort of a plan. Honestly, don't think it'd be crazy for black to cube from the roof, though. Okay. See what David comes up with here. He's got to leave a shot in the outfield. 21 to 13. Could that be a plan? Black has the blot in his board, so it's a little tough for black to attack. There's some 1 duplication. Get sort of good timing here for the for your deep anchor game. Maybe this is the best game plan. I don't know. Only have one blot in your board. Like, okay, so you play 13 to 8, say, or 13 to 5, say. I guess you can keep both anchors for another turn usually. Well, only for one turn though. So this gets some flexibility. Okay, so Brad does pull the trigger here to 4. Yeah, it looks like a pretty decent cube. Um, David still has a bunch of ways to win this. Huh. Guess he needs to be a little careful about taking at the score. Maybe that I'm not sure about. This board is so messed up, you know. I don't know. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is a pass, but I really have a big range here. I mean, if White's board was like in better shape, I would be like a lot more apt to take this. Maybe it is still a take. I don't. What do you guys think? This would be a tough one for me. I mean, it could be a big something. Oh, I don't know what. Try to set it up in XG real quick. Sort of going back and forth. Like there's, like, because of the anchor, like White's never going to get blown away. Okay, yeah, does he? Okay, you think it's a drop? Yeah, okay, so David thinks it's a drop. I kind of thought it was a drop. Huge racing deficit, right. And messed up front position. Lots of good numbers for black. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, so what was the score? It was what, 4 to 5 with a 4 to, I'm sorry, it was 3, it was a 3 to 4 with the guy who was 3 was holding a 2 cube. Yeah, it's pretty solid pass. Yeah, just all the advantages sort of add up. For money? Is it closer? Guessing it's closer for money? Yes, closer for money. It's a good pass, good cube handling at the end there. The first time that I thought Brad might have missed a double. That might be too good, and maybe that's what Brad was thinking. But then David improved, and then like he didn't double. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he was thinking. Like normally, if you're playing on, and your opponent gets like a decent sequence that's not some crushing hit or something. Usually you're doubling the next roll. Okie dokie, but anyway, so now it is cubes in the middle. Just 5 away, 4 away. So we've got a little mutual holding game going on. So it was a drop by like points. It was a drop by 0.2. But money was a lot for money is a lot closer, like 0.08. Okay, yeah, this looks like a pretty strong position. Yes, that's either double pass or too good. I'm still thinking about the previous game. Yeah, drop by 0.2. Yeah, it was like worth 1.2 something. Yeah, this guy. This is the money eval. This is the money eval. Yeah, 0.209. Okay, making the 10 and playing 24 to 23 is a play also. Maybe this is actually better because the 7 point sort of go down in value when the guy's got the 20 point mage. You know, maybe you'd rather have your 10 point. He'd rather be on the 24, I think, than the 23. But maybe that's less of a deal, less of a big deal. Okay, I never know here. It's 13-7 to play. 8-2 sort of seems like the normal thing. All right, four away. A double take seems okay at the score. I mean, white's clearly winning. It's four away, which leads to very aggressive doubling. So, well, yeah, that seemed like a cube handling there. Like, you might not double it for money, but seems like there's enough reason to double at the score. I'd play 6-4 there. Okay, you put the cube decision that we had 3 away in our 5-point match. Okay, I don't. Oh yeah, I think I do remember that. Yeah, right. You passed due to the score. I remember. And I was saying, like, oh, if it's only like 0.9 for money or something, passing is okay at the score. But I guess it was more like a 0.8 position for money or something. It was Brad with the nice 6-6 here. Which looks, why does he have his ace point made? I don't remember. No, he's not making it with the 6-6. Oh, I see. He made it with a 5-1 there. Seemed okay. Okie dokie. Okay, so now Brad, actually the take point on the recube is, I believe, is 33%. So it certainly wouldn't be, given that the take point is a lot higher than it normally is, it wouldn't have been crazy to cube that. I mean, I don't know if it's a cube or not with the race so close, but it's not a big error to cube that with the take point so high. And the doubling window should be very large because white doesn't have any recube vig after taking. In other words, you can be like still pretty far from the take pass line and still have a double. Here, I guess I wouldn't double because it's only 2 pips, but it was a little more the turn before. Okay, this looks pretty good. Oh, 6-6. He's glad he didn't recube. Down 11 now. Woof. All right, put at least one guy on the 5, I would say, and probably 2 guys on the 5. So this looks pretty good. Oh, David. Go, David. Put a guy on the 4. No. This is okay if you're going to put a guy on the 4 later, but why not put a guy on the 4 right away? I'd put a guy on the 4. Oh, I think I see what Brad's thinking. He's so far behind that he's trying to maximize on his double 6s later. So he's not thinking too much about efficiency. He just wants to get everyone in and hope to roll some jokers. Yeah, this is really bad. Yeah, so if you can bear a checker off with a single number, it's almost always right to do it. In fact, I believe it's always right to do it with a 5. I don't think there's any exception. I don't think you ever want to play 6-1. Okay, so he found the right play eventually. Okay, still above 0%. I think he's still above 0. I think he's down to 0. Okay, so 7-5, 2 away, 4 away. So let's see how aggressive Brad is this game. So I actually like to bring 2 guys down here at the score because I want to get into like a quick gammonish cube. In fact, if white rolls like a 5-1 here, I think the computer doubles this actually. 2-3, 5-1. I mean, it's kind of okay to wait because you might get a bad. You give your opponent a tougher decision. I am rooting for David, yeah, because David's kind of had a tough year in these tournaments. Brad's had a pretty good year in these tournaments. So 6-4. Okay. Looks like we got a bit of a holding game situation. Yeah. So the computer does double that after that sequence. 3-2-5, 3-2-5-1. The computer thinks it's a double by .012. So it's okay to wait and give your opponent a tougher decision later. But anyways, it looks like Brad did double a turn or two later. And does have some gammon chances here. It's a little tough to gammon white with the 3-point anchor. Maybe if white has to come in low and stay there, though. All right, best for the win would be 13-9, but I don't know if you want to do it at the score. Yeah, we can't rule anything out, actually. At the score, I do probably end up doing this. Because I really, really hate to be gammoned. 2 away, 4 away. Oh, 6-1, Jesus. This gets uglier and uglier. No, playoff position doesn't matter. David, I think, is just... Brad's definitely in the playoffs, and I think David is definitely out of the playoffs. Just due to, like, general... David just has gotten, like, really bad luck this year. So I'm hoping he can win one of these things. Get a little money back. Oh, he's got to play 6-3, 2-1. Woof. Oh, God. Okay, so gotta worry about the gammon here. Okay, so he does go with it. Okay, this might be an okay compromise. I don't know. I mean, best for saving the gammon would be 22-13, right? You basically never get gammons. Best for the win is some hit play. Probably play 13-7, 13-11 is best for the win. But you're getting gammon there at this 4-away, 2-away score, which you hate. So this is sort of like the Mama Bear play where you win some and you get gammon some. So maybe it's an okay compromise. I don't know. Okay, so he's going just pure gammon save here. Okay, I guess that makes sense at the score. 5-6. I don't know if you can hit. I mean, you never win really if you don't hit. Maybe you try it at the score and do this. Okay, it goes with this. I mean, if Black had his ace point locked up, maybe you wouldn't do this. But you can survive some of the hitbacks. Oh, great shot by David. Yeah. David's a good player. He's just gotten bad. Oh, is he overlooking the play here though? Oh, he overlooked a big play there. Oh no. He could have made the 4-point, right, with the 4-2. Yeah, he just didn't see us. Sort of an unusual play to play to make the 4-point like that. Ugh, he's gonna leave a shot. Might as well hit, I guess. I mean, slightly more shots than other stuff, but because this does win the most. Yeah, I know it. That's huge. Yeah, there is some argument for minimizing shots, but it looks like you win a fair bit more by hitting. So I think it's worth the 4 extra shots. Even at the score. 1-1 is tremendous here. If you hit, 6-5 isn't a good hit back. Like it hits, but Brett has to break down his board. So that kind of takes away two of the shots, And I think all ones hit pretty well after David's play. Although actually, maybe 1-5 is still bad after David's play. Yeah, 115 still doesn't hit well. So I guess that's not a big argument. The 6-5 thing. But anyways, looks like it's the match is going to go on. Some tough plays there. (13-7, 2-1). No, 1-5 does play okay after David's play. Maybe 1-4 is bad though. Okay, so 2 away, 2 away. Okay, so David doubled right away, which is fine. He's doing okay. Okay, gets to hit twice. Gets to hit twice. Good. Okay, I don't know what I do here. Can make doesn't look to be such a great hit. So you can make the oh no, if you make the 7, you only have 1 left. So it doesn't play that good. Huh. Says it's safe. I mean, David's play was quite safe. Okay, Brad has put some offense. Oh, great shot by David. You could actually stay back on the 21 and then make the ace hitting along the way. Sort of safest, but yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. Yeah, maybe make the 4 and the 20. So that makes tremendously good structure. Of course, you're leaving a double shot, which is maybe not a huge deal. Yeah, that definitely sounds like a pretty strong candidate. And the 4-4 that David has here, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're hitting the guy on the 17, you want to hit loose on the 5. I mean, you're leaving a bunch of shots this way anyways. Or even if you play like 13-9, you're leaving a bunch of shots. So you hit loose on the 5, you leave like a similar number of shots, and then you get more upside on the misses. If you get hit though, you definitely want the 4 prime like David made. I guess that's what he's thinking about. He's thinking about sort of the long-term stability of the 4 prime there, and maybe he has a point. I don't know. Okay, so Brad with the 3-1. Okay, maintains maximal contact in the backfield down in the race. Could even leave a shot in the outfield. Because I know White's not super eager to hit, I think. Well, now he can hit inside, which looks pretty good. Okay, pushes Black up, which is probably a good thing for White. And then if he wants to go to the 11 point, he has to hit along the way. So what do you do? We can just play 8-2 here and hope for a better run number next turn. But actually, this isn't that dangerous. Black, I guess, could get a second anchor and cause you problems that way. I don't know. Staying flexible in the outfield is worth quite a bit, and Black's board isn't quite together yet. Now Black's board is going to be put together, and then White still has a tough ride home if you do this. So I guess I would go with the hit play, despite its detriments. It gets punished for what I think is the right play, which happens in backgammon a lot, I've noticed. Okay, this looks okay. I don't know if there's something better where you jump. This gets good covers for the 4 point. Okay, cover with the 2, jump with the 5. Good. Enter with the 1. And then, okay, stays back because he doesn't want to leave a double shot on the 7 point. Looking for like a better run number now. Does not get one. Yeah, no, popping out with the 6 could have been right there. I don't know. 8-2 is sort of purely bad. You jump out is sort of bad because you get hit, but it's good if you get missed. And you're not playing 8-2. Hitting, yeah. So this is the 2-2. Hitting or making the 4. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's lots of plays there. The 2-2. I think it was this game. Maybe we can take a quick look at that one. Okay, 3-3. So black is hitting, which makes sense. He wants to contain that back checker down in the race so much. Don't know what the original position was, though. Oh, great shot by David. Like, I wonder if there was a play with a 3-3 that just makes a 5 prime. Do not like coming into a double shot here. I guess I would bury the guys and hope for a better run number next turn. I mean, it's pretty tough to bring this home. 4-4, not sure though. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the 4 prime looked pretty good once David did it. But there's a few other candidates there that I can't rule out for sure. Okay, so David does pay with the 6-2. Yeah, maybe. But it's much easier to ride home when missed, and you can survive a hit. So he's finding some creative plays. Okay, now he's playing safe. Good. I would do this also. So it's quite a few shots. 5 shots. Although 3-3 plays good anyway. Oh, 5-5. Jesus, David. Roll better. Four, 3. Okay, so he's got to leave million shots anyway, so I guess he's just hitting here. Ugh, did not get away with it. Deuce. Oh, he's kind of dead. Yeah, he is dead now. Shoot. Well, maybe they hedged. Okay, Brad, don't give him the double ones, Brad. Not much can go wrong, but if it does, it started with double ones here. Yeah, I guess I would hit here. I mean, there's some risk you hit too many checkers and then white hits later in the bear off, but you still got to complete the closeout. This might be a bit unnecessary. You can play like 12-7, 8-4, and get 2 builders for the 1. This isn't bad though. Yeah, creativity plays. Yeah, creative in backgammon is sometimes like damning with faint praise. You know what I mean? It's not always a compliment. I mean, you do need to find the play. I mean, if you want to be like a top player, you know, you really got to find these plays that no one else are making. You know, that like the 90% of good players wouldn't make. Which, you know, sort of always, by definition, that's like the creative play. But yeah, they're usually wrong though, right? So you need to find a mix. I always say you need to be like kind of humble to be good at this game. Like, you gotta realize that like the game is really hard, and like a lot of the things that look clear to you are actually wrong. So you have to be like objective enough to like realize that, to be like really good. Like the best like players who are like super sure of themselves, they often aren't top players. They're often like decent players, but they're very rarely top players, you know? Um, but at the same time, to play like with a really low PR, you have to make these like unusual plays sometimes. So you need to be sort of arrogant enough to like realize that arrogant's not the right word. You got to be confident enough to go with it when you think you have like when you think there's a creative play is correct. So it's like this mix. It's like this mix of this mix of attitudes that you have to sort of master. It's hard part of the game. Yeah, Brad has done really, really well this year. Yeah, pretty low PRs for this match. Okay, let's just take a look at some key decisions. I don't want to go through the whole thing. Yeah, pretty low PRs. This is the last game. Oh, I see. I'm confused because I don't have David on the bottom. So you go to action, swap board. Okay, so David's on the bottom. Hits twice. Oh, the 2-2. Okay, yeah, your 20 and 4 squared looks pretty good, although everything's pretty close apparently. I don't know. There's like 15 plays that are within .04 or something. But yeah, your idea of 24 to this guy is pretty puts together all the structure, you know, at some minor risk. Like you're probably getting hit, but it's no big deal. And if you get missed, you get to put together even more structure. But even David's play is not too bad, even though it's way down on the list, you know. And then the 4-4. Okay, yeah, but again, but the two top plays look apparently very close. Yeah, so David's play is pretty good, putting together all this structure. But it's 3 blots and a million shots against the stronger board. So the computer's top play does this. Still a lot of shots, but it's better when missed. I think better when missed, worse when hit. At least when you get hit on the 5 point. Like you get missed or whatever, and you get to make like a better 4 prime. So yeah, I guess that all makes sense. Nothing too surprising there. And then I think David actually made a good play with the 6-2 later, where he volunteered a double shot against a really strong board. Okay, 4-1 looks good. 5-1, yeah, he volunteered here, which is good, because this is just too difficult to bring home later at a time when White's board is going to be stronger, you know. So you pay with the shot now, while you're making some progress, and White still doesn't have a good board together. Dan's 5, yeah, 5-1, I don't know. Running would be okay, though. Brad's play's okay. Better for covering. Does get to cover and jump. Great shot. 1-6. Yeah, you pop out. It's a little bit of a tough play because obviously you're getting hit there, and it's pretty tremendous for White to hit. It's just that 8-2 is just like purely bad, you know, and you're stuck back there. If you jump out, get missed is tremendous. If you get hit, you're usually surviving. Right. And I think it might be a similar theme with the 6-2. Although that I'm not sure David is absolutely correct to do it, but so it's sort of a similar idea where you pay like a lot of risk, but it just gets harder and harder if you don't do it. Oh, 2-1 is apparently wrong here. Oh, he didn't hit for some reason. Oh, because he yeah, that's odd not to hit here. Yeah, I didn't see this over the board. Jumping out helps you keep your prime right. Yeah, that's sort of why I'm saying like 8 to 2 is just really bad. Like you don't want the blot there, and you don't want the builder gone. You know. It seems odd not to hit here. I mean, I guess he's really focused on getting the guy to the edge of the prime, and then 6 to 4 is like okay. But yeah, hitting, you still can jump with sixes, and you're putting a second guy up on the roof, and you're not playing 6 to 4. So I don't think that was an oversight. I think it's just sort of focused on escaping the guy. And then the 3-3. Okay, Brad's play is good. Okay, yeah, there's no play that makes a 5 prime. Okay. So he goes after him, splits off the back point. David gets this nice 6-2. Okay, good. Yeah, David, yeah, it's the same idea here, right? You have a completely safe play. But like, how do you bring this home without leaving more shots? And white might have stuff more spread out in the outfield, you know? So even though it's a double shot here, it's still correct to do it. And yeah, David finds this nice play. Just because the other play is just so bad. It's funny, it's a tough play because like even when you get away with it, it's still tough to bring home, right? It's just like a lot easier to bring home than after the other play. So 9 to 2, 5-5 is brutal. 4-3, 7. Okay, wants to play 17 to 10. 20 to 13 is quite bad for some reason. Like I don't know, I might have gotten this one right, but I wouldn't have thought this would be that bad. It's because black gets to hit with some aces now. It's part of it. Or it's just, maybe it's just that 6 is, well, if black rolls a 6, white's guaranteed at least a double shot. Oh, and it blocks, is block 6-6 also. Right, so you do the computer's play, and then black rolls like a 6-3 or something. And has this a million shots, you know. So he rolls a 6. Well, he rolls a 6-3 after this play. He gets hit. He gets to hit. But if he rolls a 6-1, he gets to hit. 6-2. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, leaving black some hitting option with aces, I guess. That's part of it. That's at least part of it. All right, great shots. So he's got to hit with the 6-3, right? Yeah, there's nothing else. And then Brad, yeah, does a decent job bringing this one home. Although it's just it's kind of tough to lose this one. And he ends up winning a backgammon. Oh, so what else was I curious about? The what was the game where I thought Brad should double a bunch of times? Is it here? Oh, this is too good already. I see. So he actually had a cube back here. This is double take apparently. The recubes. I see. Yeah. So he owes the cube here. So David's cube was like reasonable this game, although slightly wrong maybe due to the score. And then I guess maybe Brad's just thinking too good, which is like reasonable a lot of the time. Like here he should cube apparently. But then he becomes immediately too good here. Like I would have doubled this. Probably found the pass, I guess. But no, Brad plays on correctly. And then he plays on correctly here. And then black improves, and then okay, here he can cube. Here is close on the take pass. Which maybe if you're not clear whether it's a take or a pass, you find the cube easily, you know. But yeah, he misses that. And then he's not good enough now, right? He's not good enough after black covers. Thought there might have been an opportunity in here. Okay, no, he can't quite double this, but it's not crazy like I mentioned. And then it goes redouble pass, which is good, which we talked about. This is the point. This is the pass by point 2. Okay, yes, actually, Brad actually had that okay, I think. Assuming he was thinking this was too good, which probably he was. But yeah, I definitely would not have found the play on here. I feel probably would have found the pass, but this not 100%. A lot of duplication here, right? 2s and 6s are hit on both sides of the board. Huh? A pretty big play on. It's like a blunder to double this, assuming your opponent's going to take, assuming your opponent's going to pass correctly. I mean, yeah. So part of it is what I mentioned, like 4 checkers back, possibly more than 4, and black has this impure front position. Those always tend to be stronger than they look, And then I don't know. Was there anything else? Was there anything else we want to look at really badly? But I am going to take off soon. Oh, double take. Yeah, we talked about this one. Yeah, I thought it was a good checker play that allowed him to possibly take this with the 5-3. And actually, I guess he has a take after. Well, let's see. I see. So so he has a take. He has a take if he keeps the checker back. What I was thinking was it might be a pass or close if he moves the checker up to the 20 point. It's still no. It is probably a pass because it says equity -1.0. That means the computer thinks it's double pass after this play. But yeah, after keeping the guy back, claiming he's an asset back there because you didn't want to move him up, there's enough contact here. A little bit of race, I guess, but mostly the contact gives black a take. I wonder if it'd be different if it was the 10 point and not the 11 point, Cool. Yeah, nice chatting. Good match today, and nice good chatting with you. Yeah, we'll see you next week. I think there's just one more tournament left in the season. Cool. Yeah, we'll see you next time. And then this is what I mentioned was after the 5-1. Yeah, I mentioned this. The computer actually does cube this by some small margin. Yeah, obviously it's due to the score, right? 4 away, 2 away. So after it goes double take, gammas don't count for black, and gammas are tremendously strong for white here. And black has no recube vig, so you can double with any gammon thread. You can double even though you're only a small favorite here. But like I said, in practice, it's okay to wait there. Hope your opponent makes a bad decision the next roll or whatever. Because you're only giving up a little bit of equity, and you might gain big. You might gain big if your opponent makes a bad take or bad pass. Oh, this game was actually very tough, I remember. Okay, so now we're at, after it went double take, we're at, pure gammon save for David and pure gammon go for Brad, right? So if it's double match point, you'd probably play 13-9, but because it's gammon save, 6-2 makes a lot of sense. Guess gammon the least. And then you got to play 6-3, 2-1 here. And then, yeah, best for the win, right, would be probably 13-7, 13-10. But again, because of the gammon situation, computer likes just running here. 13-7, 6-3 wins more than running, but it pays too many gammons, right? which might have been my choice to hit him there, but so I guess it's still pretty tough to win after that one. And then here, I mean, here's sort of similar stuff, right? But it's just so hard to win now after 13 to 8, 13 to 7. It's a little hard to get gammoned after this because the white blots, so the computer likes it, although it's very close. Right, so apparently, according to the computer, hitting here wins around 20% more, but loses around 20% more gammons, roughly. So that means that this score, the plays are very close, this pure gammon save type score. And on almost any other match score, it'd be right to play for the win with those numbers. Oh, and then this massive oversight. That's a shame. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just such an unusual play, you know. You rarely have a blot on the 6 point. You do hit here, hope for the best. It's a little riskier. You leave 4 extra shots, but definitely wins more. Dances a quarter of the time, or if he rolls like 4-1 or something, you have a reasonable chance to contain the checker. And like I said, some of the hits aren't that good. Or like 5. Look how 6-5 plays, for instance, for white. 6-2's okay. Like 6-6 is a shot also. Black has a shot on 6-6. But that's true, I think, after David's play also. Like 1-4, like 1-4 doesn't hit very well for white. Or 6-6, all 6s I guess are pretty good, except for 6. Oh, you know what? 6-1. It's funny. 6-1 doesn't hit here. Isn't that cute? It's only 9 shots to do this. I wonder if David saw that. You got to play the 6. You got to play the 6 out in order to use both numbers. So white can't hit with 1-6, even though he'd probably want to. Well, actually, that's not even that clear. But it's funny that there's only 9 shots. It's tough to see. But even so, hitting is worth enough, apparently. Anyways. All right, well, I'm going to sign off now. But this was good. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting, and hope you got something out of this. And we will see you next time.